Hi everybody, this is David with Cartoon Fortress. Glad to be back with you for another video. Today I'm going to be featuring some titles that I picked up from the Kino Lorber end of winter sale. The titles that I picked up are in the $8 to $12 range. There are two or three titles that I picked up that were new releases and they came in at, I believe, $14.99 a piece. So let's go ahead and get into the stack as we have a lot to get to. Alright, the first title that I picked up here is from 1981. This has a runtime of 96 minutes, and this is The Pit. This looks to be kind of a psychological movie, definitely kind of messed up, but looks like an interesting one. This looks like something akin to like Bad Ronald, made for TV 1970s movie, something kind of that kind of quality. So this does include several extra features. We get an audio commentary, a few interviews, and a trailer gallery. So that is The Pit from 1981. Next up, we have another 80s movie. This is from 1986, and it stars Kate Capshaw, Leah Thompson, Kelly Preston, and Leif Phoenix. And this is Space Camp. There's a few extra features on this one as well. It looks like we get an interview with Leah Thompson from, of course, Back to the Future fame, and director Harry Weiner, and an original theatrical trailer. This comes in at a runtime of 107 minutes. Next up, we are switching over to Westerns. This stars Tyrone Power and Susan Hayward, and this is Rawhide. We do get a few extra features here as well. Susan Hayward, Hollywood's straight shooter featurette, Shoot in the Lone Pine featurette, and restoration comparison, and lastly we get some trailers. This is from 1943. It is black and white, and it has a runtime of 75 minutes and is directed by Henry Hathaway. All right, next title we have stars Patrick Wymark, Margaret Johnston, Alexander Knox, and John Standing. This is from writer Robert Bloch, who authored the original material that Hitchcock based Psycho off of, and funny enough, the name of this movie is The Psychopath, and this is from 1966, is in color, and has a runtime of 82 minutes. We do get an audio commentary by film historian Troy Howarth and the original theatrical trailer, so really excited to get into this one. And this came out in 1966, which of course is 6 years removed from the release of Hitchcock's Psycho. All right, and next up we have a 1970s classic starring Lee Marvin, Gene Hackman, and Sissy Spacek. This is Prime Cut from 1972. This comes in at a runtime of 88 minutes, and there are no extra features to speak of on this one. All right, back to the Westerns. This stars Jimmy Stewart, Julia Adams, Arthur Kennedy, and Rock Hudson. Directed by Anthony Mann. This is Bend of the River. From 1952, has a runtime of 91 minutes, and the special features here, we get an audio commentary by film historian Toby Rohn and the theatrical trailer. All right, moving right along here, we have Chris Christopherson and Jan Michael Vincent in Vigilante Force. This is from 1976 and comes in at a runtime of 89 minutes. And this is kind of an action movie. There was one that I recently unboxed from Mill Creek, and that is White Line Fever, also starring Jan Michael Vincent. This seems to have kind of the same feel and kind of flow as something like White Line Fever would have. So yeah, 1976, 89 minutes. We get an audio commentary with director George Armitage and filmmaker Elijah Drenner. And we also get trailers for Vigilante Force, Convoy, and Defiance. All right, next up we have the great Chuck Connors in a film by Enzo G. Castellari, and this is Kill Them All and Come Back Alone from, 1968. We get a runtime of 100 minutes, and we get an audio commentary by filmmaker Alexander Cox, and both the 99-minute version, English version, and the 100-minute Italian cut. So we get both cuts of the film and then the theatrical trailer. All right, next up we have Burt Reynolds in White Lightning. This is from 1973 and comes in at a runtime of 101 minutes, and includes Burt Reynolds' Back to the Bayou Part 1 featurette and the original theatrical trailer. That's got me wondering, because this is Back to the Bayou Part 1, where the continuation of that series is. So that's something I'll have to look into, but this looks to be a fun, I think there's quite a few. I really like the 1970s movies, and so those are ones that I hit kind of hard. We've already had several here, including White Lightning here from 1973, so that looks to be a lot of fun. All right, up next we are switching gears to the 1940s. This stars Dorothy McGuire, George Brent, and Ethel Barrymore, and directed by Robert, I'm going to butcher this name, Siodmak? No idea how to say that. Siodmak. This is The Spiral Staircase from 1946. It comes in at a runtime of 83 minutes. This has an audio commentary by film historian Imogen Sarah Smith, and the 1945 Screen Directors Playhouse radio broadcast of The Spiral Staircase with Dorothy McGuire and Robert, whatever his name is, Siodmak, and then the theatrical trailer. I really love the radio plays or radio adaptations, so that's going to be a lot of fun to listen to, and really great artwork on the cover of that one. All right, up next we have another 1970s trucker movie, and this stars the great Peter Fonda and Jerry Reed. This is High Ballin from 1978. Comes in at a runtime of 99 minutes, and we do get trailers from Hell with David Dicato, 2 radio spots, and the theatrical trailer. Okay. Next up we have Elliot Gould in a film by Robert Altman. This is The Long Goodbye. This is from 1973 and comes in at a runtime of 112 minutes. Now, admittedly, I'm not a big Robert Altman fan. I've seen a few of his films and nothing that's really taken me, but I've heard a lot of good things about The Long Goodbye, so especially during the sale, I figured this is one I would definitely pick up and give a watch. The extra features here are Rip Van Marlow featurette with Robert Altman and Elliot Gould, American Cinematographer 1973 article intro with animation, interesting, and Vilmos Zsigmond flashes The Long Goodbye, 5 radio spots, and the original theatrical trailer. Cool artwork on that one. All right, now this is where we get into, so the next 3, these are the new releases that I got for the $14.99 price point, and all 3 of these are Westerns. This stars Dana Andrews, Brian Donlevy, and Susan Hayward, directed by Jacques Tournier, screenplay by Ernest Pascal, and this is Canyon Passage. from 1946 at a runtime of 92 minutes, and has an audio commentary by film historian, again, Toby Rohn, and a theatrical trailer. All right. Part 2 of 3 on these that I got is with the great Jimmy Stewart and Audie Murphy. This is Night Passage, directed by James Nielsen, and it's from 1957, a runtime of 90 minutes, and includes an audio commentary by film historian Toby Rohn and a theatrical trailer. And the last one at $14.99, this is a new release starring again Jimmy Stewart, Maureen O'Hara, and Brian Keith. This is The Rare Breed from 1966. Comes in at a runtime of 97 minutes, and we get an audio commentary with film critic and author Simon Abrams, and a theatrical trailer as well. All right, we are halfway there. Next up, we have a film noir with William Bendix, Dennis O'Keefe, and Barbara Britton, directed by Alfred E. Green. This is Cover Up from 1949. Black and white, comes in at 82 minutes, and no extra features on this one. All right, now we have another film noir. This is with Dick Powell and Elizabeth Scott, with Raymond Burr and Jane Wyatt, directed by Andre Detoth. This is Pitfall from 1948. It is black and white and comes in at a runtime of 86 minutes. And this was procured from the UCLA Film and Television Archive, and includes an audio commentary by film historian Eddie Muller, and also trailers. All right, next up we've got a Western starring Henry Fonda, one of my absolute favorite actors of all time. Also Dana Andrews, Anthony Quinn, and Mary Beth Hughes, directed by William A. Wellman. This is The Oxbow Incident, and this is from 1943, comes in a runtime of 75 minutes. Includes an audio commentary by Western scholar Dick Ulan and William Wellman Jr., Henry Fonda, Hollywood's Quiet Hero documentary, restoration demo, and trailer gallery. All right. We've got the great Humphrey Bogart with Ethel Barrymore and Kim Hunter, and this is written and directed by Richard Brooks. This is Deadline USA from 1952. Is in black and white and comes in at a runtime of 87 minutes. And this features an audio commentary by film historian Eddie Muller and an original theatrical trailer. All right, and another Western with the great Robert Mitchum, another one of my all-time favorites. This is Man with the Gun from 1955. Black and white, and comes in at a runtime of 83 minutes. This particular title does not feature any special features. Of course, we're in this for the movies, not the special features, but they are nice to have. Okay, so now we're switching gears big time here. We're going to the 80s with James Spader, Kim Richards, and Robert Downey Jr. This is Tough Turf from 1985. Comes in at a runtime of 112 minutes. We have an audio commentary with director Fritz Kirsch and a theatrical trailer. All right, next up is what looks to be a really fun one. This is a Jack Harris production, directed by Irvin S. Yeworth Jr. This is Dinosaurus from 1960. This is in color and comes in at 83 minutes. We get an audio commentary with Chris Yeworth. Dinosaurus, A Monstrous Story. Interviews with producer Jack H. Harris, co-star Paul Lukather, and film historians Donald F. Glut and Bill Warren, as well as a theatrical trailer. And this one looks to be a lot of fun. If you collect monster movies, this looks to be right in that category, a fun addition for sure. and this will be one that I know my sons are looking forward to watching with me as well. So we'll definitely be doing that. All right, next up we have an Ernest Hemingway adaptation, screenplay by Daniel Mainwaring and Paul Monash, directed by the great Don Siegel, one of my favorite directors. Stars Audie Murphy, Eddie Albert, Patricia Owens, Everett Sloan, and Gita Hall. And this is The Gunrunners. This is from 1958 and comes in at a runtime of 83 minutes and is just standalone, no special features on this one. All right, next up we have another film noir. This is starring John Payne. This is The Crooked Way from 1949 and comes in at a runtime of 90 minutes and no extra features to speak of. All right, next up, this film has really intrigued me for quite some time. I've heard it kind of around the film community, recommended more than a few times. And this is The Quatermass Experiment from 1955. It is a runtime of 82 minutes, and we have quite a few extra features here. An on-camera interview with legendary director John Carpenter, so that's going to be really neat. Another one of my all-time favorite directors. The Quatermass Experiment from Reality to Fiction featurette. The Quatermass Experiment Comparing the Versions featurette. On-camera Val Guest interview by Hammer film historian Marcus Hearn. Audio commentary by director Val Guest and Marcus Hearn. Trailers from Hell with Ernest Dickerson. Original theatrical trailer and alternate main title. So this one's more packed in terms of the extra features you tend to find on Kino releases, so I'm really looking forward to that one. All right, just a few titles left to go here. Here we have, this is part of the Mario Bava collection. This is Roy Colt and Winchester Jack, and this is from 1970 and is a runtime of 85 minutes and features a new 2K restoration from the original 35mm film negative, Italian dialogue with optional English subtitles, audio commentary with Tim Lucas, author of Mario Bava, All the Colors of the Dark. I know he's quite the voice on Bava's films, so that'll be really interesting to listen to. Partial English language soundtrack and original intermission cards. So that's really neat. Part of the Mario Bava collection. All right, next up we have one of the, if not kind of the original epic Western film, and this is a James Cruise production. This is from 1923. This is The Covered Wagon, and this comes in at a runtime of 98 minutes. We get an audio commentary by film historian Toby Rohn, a booklet essay by film scholar Matt Hosk, The Pie-Covered Wagon, a 1932 one-reel spoof starring Shirley Temple. Awesome. And Wurlitzer organ score by Gaylord Carter. So that's going to be really, really neat to listen to. And from 1923, one of the original Westerns right here. So really cool to have this in the collection. All right, 3 titles to go. Another part of the Mario Bava collection, we have Evil Eye plus The Girl Who Knew Too Much. So Evil Eye is from 1963, is black and white, and comes in at 92 minutes. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, also from 1963, black and white, is 85 minutes. And we get several special features here. Evil Eye, the AIP American release English language version mastered in HD from the original 35mm negative. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, the alternate European cut in Italian with optional English subtitles. Audio commentary by Tim Lucas, again, author of Mario Bava, All the Colors of the Dark, and the original theatrical trailer. So really looking forward to this one. Another part of the Mario Bava collection, and 2 films in that one, which is awesome. All right, now this next one, this is not technically Kino Lorber. This is a part of their catalog that's available on their site. And this is from, I believe it's Scorpion Releasing. Yes, Scorpion Releasing. This is stars Christopher George, Andrew Prine, and Richard Jackal. 18 feet of gut-crunching, man-eating terror. This is Grizzly from 1976. Is in color and comes in at a runtime of 90 minutes. And we get quite a few extra features here. A few. So we get the anamorphic master in HD from the original interpositive, sorry. Brand new 5.1 surround mix created with the original audio elements. New Beverly screening Q&A with Andrew Prine and producer David Sheldon. If you don't know what the New Beverly is, or the New Bev, it's a theater in Los Angeles. Featurette Jaws with Claws, interview with producer David Sheldon, writer Harvey Flaxman, actors Andrew Prine and Joan McCall, fun facts and trivia segment, and original trailers. I'm a sucker for old horror movies, kind of creature features, Jaws. I mean, this is definitely Jaws just with a bear, but I definitely like these types of movies. They're kind of a fun, campy feel, and definitely something I look forward to. So that is Grizzly. And the last title that we have today, this is the only one that I got that features this kind of slip box. And this has me really intrigued. I'm a big Giorgio Moroder fan, and I had not heard of this until now. He did the score for Neverending Story, which was a big one from my childhood. But anyways, this is Giorgio Moroder presents Metropolis. This is, of course, Metropolis is from 1927, but this is from 1984. From Germany. This is 82 minutes. And from what I understand, now I haven't seen this, but from what I understand is it's Metropolis with basically an 80s synth overlay, or a Giorgio Moroder type overlay. And I know he's got other artists, including looks like Freddie Mercury, Pat Benatar, Adam Ant, Bonnie Tyler, Loverboy, and others. So this is definitely something I'm looking forward to. It's definitely something different, but really looking forward to watching this. And I don't know if I said this, the runtime on this is 82 minutes, and we get a few special features. The Fading Image, produced by Giorgio Moroder in 1984. This rarely seen documentary about film preservation goes behind the scenes of his restoration and scoring of Metropolis, includes an interview with Moroder himself, original trailer, gallery, a personal message from Giorgio Moroder, and this is presented in 2.0 stereo and for the first time in DTS HD, and it's got a 5.1 master audio. So really looking forward to this, and it's cool. This one did come with this slip box. It's embossed on the cover here. A little bit of damage on the cover here, but I wasn't even expecting a slip case or slip cover to begin with. So and so this it says right here on the cover, in 1984 Academy Award winner, so Giorgio Moroder, they're just mentioning that he is an Academy Award winner, introduced Fritz Lang's classic vision of the future to a new generation. So really looking forward to that one. So that does it. That's the titles that I picked up from the sale. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you picked up any titles from the sale, or if there's any that you're looking forward to getting next sale. Kino's got quite an extensive catalog, so a lot of films to choose from, really for a lot of different tastes. So definitely let me know. And if you found this video helpful in any way, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up icon, and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I do upload new content. And until next time, this is David signing off with Cartoon Fortress. I hope you have a wonderful day.